See, I think Make in India is a very intelligent program that's been started by the Honorable Prime Minister. As far as the mobile fraternity is concerned, we've got to a situation wherein the final leg of manufacturing has been incentivized. And in my opinion, the Prime Minister has given a leeway in a manner where, with a very minimalistic kind of a change in dynamics, you could do your final leg of production. I see a huge percentage of production moving to India in the final stages. And once that level of production is available here, the next step I see the supply chain moving to India. As far as I am concerned or Gionee is concerned, we are committed to the Make in India program. Already almost about 75% of our products are manufactured in India. We've recently signed an MOU with the government of Haryana, where we are looking at acquiring about 50 to 100 acres of land. And we plan to set up our factory ground up with not only getting our manufacturing lines to India, but also ensuring that at least a dozen of suppliers come with us. And these dozen of suppliers will not only manufacture for Gionee, but will also become suppliers to other mobile brands in the country.
Arvind is looking to provide employment to 28,000 employees in the next 3 years after having signed an MOU with the Haryana government to set up the first manufacturing unit on a 50-acre plot in the state.
So Gionee as a company is building an ecosystem, not only for itself, but also for the industry and the mobile fraternity as a whole. So to that extent, we would land up indirectly contributing to making India a hub for mobile manufacturing and catering not only to domestic consumption but also to consumption overseas.
Signed MOU with Haryana government, which is by the Honorable Chief Minister of Haryana. So we are planning to invest about 400 crores Indian rupees for our industry park.
This is just the beginning of Arvind Vohra, because we have very large aspirations for the Indian mobile handset industry, and he's one of the key players in that. This industry is going to be at least 15 times bigger than what it is today, like 15 lakh crore kind of an industry by the next 9 or 10 years, and he has to play a key role in it. So I would say that there is no place for him to hide on any laurels. It's his beginning at the moment.
The sheer compulsion of a value for money and features which are driven towards the consumer's needs have demonstrated to us that anything, if it's handled right, designed right, and reaches the consumer in the appropriate manner, will work. And Arvind has actually done all of these. This is the kind of growth, this is the kind of transformation, this is the kind of evolution that India wants, India needs. We need to create millions of jobs here. We're talking creating millions of economic opportunities, which is why we have all of these programs on digitization, on innovation, on Make in India. And he is a combination of all of them. He sits bang in the middle of the old world of manufacturing, the new world of technology, and providing a product which rides on the digitization wave. So you have to give him full marks for coming out of nowhere, coming from behind many companies, and showing this kind of meteoric growth. I think he not only deserves compliments and congratulations, he needs to be seen and to be shown as somebody who has created an institution of a company in a very short time.
For Gionee, China and India market are the two main markets. Given the size of China market and India being smaller than China, the race between Gionee China and Gionee India is when will we overtake their business. That is one. And secondly, I want to ensure that the Indian operations actually become a global operations. And we look at India not only for domestic consumption, but also for overseas export requirements. Second is we are wanting to set up a R&D unit in India. And once R&D is set up, we'll end up creating a host of opportunity on the software side and also a host of opportunities on the collaboration side. And I think in third part, we'll end up creating a lot of wealth. And if we'll end up creating a lot of wealth, our idea is to ensure that all our key stakeholders especially our manpower, they become the biggest beneficiary of the wealth that we create.
As a professional, earlier he used to have an ambition, and now that ambition has got converted into a vision. So when I say vision, I mean now his goal is not only professional growth, but his goal has become much larger. He wants to, give back to the society. He wants to contribute and actually improve lives of all people who are associated with him directly or indirectly.
There are miles to go for both Arvind and Gionee. But in the midst of all this, he never loses sight of the essential, that which has become his mission. And we are talking about his work with the Leukemia Crusaders, which he says is his legacy for the future. He feels strongly about the lack of social security cover in India and feels the only way out is through crowdfunding.
When my son's blood cancer happened, I did not know how to deal with it. But when he started getting okay, or rather when he was in the middle of getting okay, I decided to give up all my businesses that I did then. I had nothing to fall back on. But I think it was not about my plan. I think Almighty had a better plan for me. And now we reflect back and we see that everything was so well placed. Today we run an NGO which takes care of more than 300 children with leukemia. We run a trust which works on crowdfunding to give social security to people. So I personally feel leukemia happened to us or happened to our family or happened to our Aryan and got him healthy and well thanks to his grace because we had to run this trust.
We started Leukemia Crusaders about 3 years back when our younger son was battling with this disease. And our mission in Leukemia Crusaders is very simple. We want to financially support underprivileged children who are trying to battle leukemia. So today as we speak, we have almost 300 children who are being treated by Bansi Vidya Memorial Trust, which runs Leukemia Crusaders in about 15 hospitals across the country. Going forward, we would like to help as many children as possible, and we want to make this a pan-India effort. And eventually we are looking at actually opening up a children's specialty hospital with an emphasis on cancer.